Welcome back to my channel. I just got out of a meeting with a mentee, warming up some tea now, and then I'm going to get back to some work. I was able to make some progress on things this morning before that meeting, and then I have another meeting at 2 p.m. So I'm gonna see what I can fit in between now and then. You know how it is when you are actually in a flow with work, time can go by really, really quickly. We have some treats on the dining room table because we've been doing training with Franny in the evenings, and she's like over there sniffing the table wanting to do training. She's too much. Some work for it. Ready? Spin. Sit. Good girl. Franny, please. Ready, come. All done. Just finished eating a really quick lunch. We're just doing like barbecue chicken salads with a little bit of ranch dressing this week for lunches. It's really quick and easy to just throw together. And then took Franny outside. I need to do the dishes in the sink that built up from morning breakfast and from lunch. And then I'm making a lamb stew tonight, but I'm gonna need to get that started. Come on. I'm gonna need to get that started sooner rather than later. My camera's dying. So it's been a really, really productive first half of the day. My meeting was moved to tomorrow, so that gives me some more time to work. Tomorrow, I am going to have to jump onto that meeting. I usually try not to do meetings on Thursdays, and we have a bunch of like appointments and stuff, but I'm just gonna squeeze it in and jump on the meeting that was rescheduled from today. And that's the plan. I will be honest, I do not feel like cooking tonight, but I'm hopeful that over the next couple of hours, I get to feeling like it, because I don't think we're gonna have time tomorrow, realistically, to cook either. So it would be good to do that, and it'll just be good for 2 nights. All right, I need to go do the dishes. Getting on dinner, lamb stew. This one, you don't make a roux. So I just got it in. You just like brown the meat. We're not doing onion or garlic. I just added celery with like some onion and garlic powder, and then the tomato paste and the stout and a little bit of beef stock. I just did some water. Just making sure that it has come back up to simmer, and then I'm going to cover it and simmer it for like an hour, hour and a half. I am going to cover it. Veggies are ready. We've got carrot, parsnip, and potatoes. This is probably heated through with the frozen peas. Are you about ready?
Yes.
Okay. Happy Thursday. I apologize, it is a bit crooked. I have you propped up here. It is a rainy day, as you can tell, and we're out running a few errands, but it's a bit of a marathon day. We have Franny's training this afternoon. I have a meeting. Sam's going to get a haircut. Just all of the things. I feel like our schedules are picking up so much right now leading into spring with like wedding planning and just everything like that, preparation for the move. But
just trying to take things one moment at a time. Yesterday, I got news that a manuscript was accepted, which is really exciting. And I'm trying to kind of like ride that wave because we don't always get a lot of wins within research and just academia. And generally, I feel like more of the time is actually spent either with nothing much happening as far as like gains go, or we can actually spend a lot of time, I think, in a space of sort of negativity and feeling like we're not doing enough or we're not good enough, things like that. So this is just a little reminder, if you need it, to celebrate those wins when you get them. Just got out of my meeting that I had to hop into. It was initially scheduled for yesterday, but was rescheduled. So I just got out of that, and Sam is off getting his haircut. He should probably be home soon. We got a tuna sandwich and chips for lunch, so I'm gonna go have a little bit more of that left over now, and maybe have a little bit more tea. We'll see what we get up to when he's back. He should be back sometime around 3. And I kind of want to like go walk around Target or something, like just get out of the house, enjoy the rest of the day, try to take my mind off of work a little bit. They're cute. I like the color. You like those, don't you? What is this? A faux shag green box? I don't know what that is. Do you? Faux shag green?
Shagreen.
What is that? Is it material?
Yeah, I think it's like maybe crocodile type.
Just got home from walking around Target, burning off a little bit of steam. We stopped by Whole Foods and grabbed some food so I can make dinner tomorrow. I'm just gonna do a really quick pasta tomorrow with some ground beef, shells, baby bella mushrooms, and then I'm just gonna make my own sauce, canned tomatoes, and then got some olives and jarred artichoke for a salad. Happy Sunday. We just got home from running some errands. I tried to take some clothes to a consignment shop today, and I guess you needed an appointment, which we didn't see when we checked the website beforehand, but you know how it goes. So I'm probably just gonna end up donating them to Goodwill, which is just fine. We did do a Goodwill drop off today too, and then grabbed a couple quick things at the grocery store that we couldn't get last night. Someone is very excited to go on a walk and feeling a little bit impatient, but picked up some of this mineral water from Whole Foods. I just haven't been feeling like our water from the fridge is good lately, even though we are current on the filter. So I'm giving this a try. We will see. It is in glass, which is nice. Barbecue chicken pizza tonight, courtesy of the #1 pizza maker. Happy Monday. It is almost 2 p.m. and this day has flown by. I have been working on finding references and integrating them into this white paper that I've been working on for months now, and that task alone has taken all day. A lot of it is on historical events related to AI. So all the way from the 50s to the 2000s is the section that I just completed, is early 2000s. So now I just need to do 2010s and then 2020s to present. But that task alone has taken me all day since 8 a.m. I've read through a lot of interesting historical
pieces, press releases, news articles, and journal articles. But it's just been absolutely exhausting and mentally taxing, as you can imagine. Anyway, like I said, it is almost 2 p.m. and I have not gotten dinner on, and I'm doing a slow cooker meal tonight. So I need to get this thing on. It says to cook it for 8 to 10 hours on low. But if you've been here for a minute, you may know that our slow cooker cooks things into oblivion. So we have found that if something says 8 to 10 on low, we can probably cut it in half and it will be fine. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, is get this thing on really quickly now and then cook it from 2 to around 6 p.m. So like around 4 hours. I've done a similar recipe to this before, but it basically is like a crock pot beef enchilada casserole. It essentially is just some sort of stew meat. Here I have a full, I believe this is like a 2-pound, is it? Yes. A little over 2-pound chuck roast. I'm going to cut into pieces with some enchilada sauce, spices, diced green chilies, and then some homemade chicken broth. And then once it has cooked, then I add in sliced up corn tortillas, and we top it with like sour cream, lettuce, olives, stuff like that. So I'm gonna get this on really quickly. Okay. Let's throw the garlic powder. Don't need to be skimpy. Chili powder, cumin, and then onion powder. The moment of truth. Usually I get this all over myself. One cup of broth chilies. Mix. After 4 hours, I added the tortillas along with some cheese on top, and then we served it with lettuce, sour cream, olives, cilantro, and lime. Usually I add the olives in, but I forgot to do it this time, so we just had them on the side. Happy Tuesday. I am just getting ready to head out. I need to go in and get measurements taken today for my cap and gown for my hooding ceremony. They gave the option of doing custom measurements, and I wasn't going to do it, but Sam thought maybe it was a good idea. It recommended doing it if you think you may stay in academia. And I don't know if I'm going to stay in academia or not, but Sam thought I should do it, and I trust his opinion. So, and I think I've already missed the deadline to order standard, like if I weren't to get custom. So anyway, I'm headed in to go do that. It is still quite chilly out, so I'm a bit bundled up in my Gap beanie. It leaves like marks when I take it off, but it's worth staying warm. Target undershirt, old coat from Express that I've gotten a lot of good use of here in Boston. And then the same Levi's Amazon belt. You know the drill. And I have on my little Nikes that I've shown, the like vintage Nike Cortez. So that's the easy little outfit. I'm gonna put on some gloves. My hands are like already freezing and I'm not even outside yet. And then I'm just gonna carry my Baggu bag. Let me grab it. Here is the Baggu. I don't think they make this exact style anymore, but Baggu is quite a success now. You can find it in a lot of places. And it's waterproof, which is really nice. It's not raining today, but it's still nice. It's just like an easy bag to kind of throw on. I have like a water bottle with me and stuff, so I wanted something more than just a little side bag, so it works out well. I'm going to slip on my Ray-Bans, nice and easy. We'll see if I even need sunglasses. It's a bit cloudy. And then just an old pair of gloves. I got these when we moved here. They are Banana Republic, it looks like. So just gonna slip these on, help me stay the tiniest bit warmer. And that's the outfit for the day. I'm gonna go there, do that, hopefully get home soon rather than later, because I still have some things that I would like to get done today in the work department. I have a deliverable that I'm aiming to complete kind of by midweek, so that would be tomorrow, maybe like end of day tomorrow, I think is a good deadline for myself. So we will see how that goes, but in the meantime, I'm headed out. Wish me luck. Well, that was a total disaster. That took a lot longer than anticipated. Lunch salad, which is actually looking quite extravagant today. It's just lettuce with rotisserie chicken. I've got a pepperoni, some jarred artichoke, tomatoes, and then we had some like really creamy mozzarella left over from when we made pizzas. So just tore some of that as well. And then balsamic, olive oil, and some Italian seasoning. Oh, and there's chickpeas in there too. Just finished lunch. Now I'm having some tea. I have a little bit of Hallmark on in the background, and I just pulled out my laptop. I haven't worked from my laptop on the couch in a minute, but I think that that might be what is called for this afternoon. It's only, I think, like, what is it? It's almost 1, and I feel like it's 3:30 in the afternoon. Like, I'm exhausted. The situation with the gown. I need to get like my gown and cap for my hooding ceremony in May, and they had sent out emails about it, and there were like a couple of different options. You could just do order online and receive like the plain gown and cap or whatever with no custom measurements, so I guess it would just be like approximate, or you could wait until today to go in and they would have a rep there at the bookstore, the campus bookstore, and they would take your custom measurements. But what's strange about it is they set it so that if you wanted to just do the online option, you had to have put in your order, I think by like the 1st or something, and today is the 4th. So you had to kind of like decide, either I'm gonna do the online order or I'm gonna lose my chance at that and go in and get the custom measurements done at the bookstore on the 4th. I decided, why not just do the custom measurements? So they said in the email that it was like 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I had communicated previously with the bookstore about it, asking if I could come on a different day or if it had to be today. And they said that if I came on a different day, a worker at the bookstore could help me. But if I wanted it to be done by the rep of the company that is making the gowns, then it had to be today. So I decided, okay, I'll just go in today. So I get there around 10:30 and the rep is not there. And they were like under the impression that it was 11 a.m. So in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I put it wrong on my calendar or something, but I wasn't wrong. I checked back at their email and it was 10 a.m., but that's fine. So I said, I'm here for the custom measurements. And he said, okay, well, he mentioned like the blue and brown because blue and brown is Tufts colors. And it had said online that you could either do the black or the blue and brown. So I had thought, oh, I just get to choose, right? It's either black or it's blue and brown. Well, he says, okay, if you go with the blue and brown option, that's the custom measurements, and that comes in around $1,000. And then if you go for just the black, that's just like, I forget what he was calling it, but it's not custom measurements, and that's around $200. So naturally, I'm like, $1,000 is a lot of money. I was expecting it to be expensive, but it never said online that that option with the custom measurements and the blue and brown was going to be in the $1,000 range. So he brings out a sample, and it is beautiful. Like, it's definitely beautiful. The blue is a really pretty color and everything like that, but that's a lot of money. He says, you know, it makes sense for someone if you're staying in academia. And I'm like, yeah, I know, $1 million question, right? I did a little bit of reading though while I was waiting, which I'll get to in a second, to see like people's thoughts on it, because I don't have a rental option. I have to purchase something. And so I did a little bit of reading to see people's thoughts, and it makes sense. And he said too that you can order that custom blue and brown gown at any time. So if in the future I do become a tenure track professor and I do have to wear it yearly, it's not like I have a cutoff where I can no longer order it. I just have this cutoff to get it for graduation now. Now it was like around 10:50, so I figured, okay, the rep should be here in like 10 minutes. I said, okay, I'm gonna step out. I called Sam to talk to him about it for a brief moment in between him seeing patients. Come back in and they say, oh, the rep's just running a little bit behind schedule. Like, I need to have a meeting in the middle of the bookstore on their computer. So can you just kind of like wait for the rep to get here? And I was like, okay, sure. It took 45 minutes for the rep to get there. I wandered through the entire bookstore. I did come across though an interesting book. They had a little section with some books, and at the bookstore, there really weren't very many books at the bookstore, you know how it is. But I did come across one really interesting book. I took a picture of it. I'll put it here. I ended up being able to read several chapters of it, and I think I might get it because it's all about the history of higher education and very relevant to all of the work that I do. So did get to do a little bit of reading on that. I finally got there. Literally took less than 2 minutes for her to take my measurements and give them to me. And now I have the option between it now and the 10th, which is like 6 days from now, to go online and order the custom gown. Or I have to wait until April 2nd, and then go back into the bookstore, and they should just have the like standard black gowns, different sizing. So it says online like you may risk not being able to find the one you want, but I spoke with the person there and they insisted that they should have all the sizes that would be needed. So I should be able to find one and it should be okay. Obviously that's kind of stressful. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not just doing the online ordering, but it was all very unclear to me what was going on. I'm going to see what I can get done as far as integrating more references into the piece that I've been working on. I also have a new idea of how to integrate some of the qualitative data that we've collected into this piece, and I might kind of start to play around and explore that too. At the moment, all I want to do is take a nap. I have a feeling that this video has become quite long, especially with this storytelling at the end. So I think that I may go ahead and end it here. As always, I want to thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.